First opened in 2017. There's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
For the Falcons.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
On first down, Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually got to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second and 20. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On second down, here's Carr. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
And there's a catch by Todd Gurley, and that has to remind us that's exactly what we've seen in him throughout his career when he's at his best. He can run it. He can catch it. He led the league in total yards from scrimmage in 2017 with nearly 3,000. Todd Gurley, when he's on point, is quite a weapon for the Atlanta Falcons.
Gurley again here on first down. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Young people always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
at their own 18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, A.J. Terrell. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Ball carrier.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
At the 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
Not. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, pulled it in. It's a big play there for Vegas. 47 yards.
1st down, Las Vegas.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off down near the 5. So that is 3 interceptions now in this 1st half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
It's now
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
taken down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Ryan. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
At the 16.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
The ball carrier.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Carr will find Williams on the slant. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Carr. Reception here by Ruggs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Raiders 7.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here's Oliver. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 1st downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second and 5 now. Ryan airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. Card to the rookie Ruggs for a Raider first.
First down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they'll get this to Ruggs on the jet sweep. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Score, Falcons 21, Raiders 14.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big run there by Gurley. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action now. Ryan. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
1st and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down right.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Hayden Hurst, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
28, Raiders 14. Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect it.
And got his man complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Marcus Joyner with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Daniel Carlson on for the point.
I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Oh, a good-looking return set up here. They'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead, now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It's a game.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Looking deep for Julio. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. We've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
7-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, Carr. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Give this man, that's Tyrell Williams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now they'll toss to Gurley left. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Airing it out, looking for Rip. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. They go play action here on first down. Steps away to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Operating from the gun. Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
A gain of 55 yards.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep it.
And the Raiders have got him. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down.
12 brings up 3rd down. That's the end of the third.
Back now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
48-yard line.
Now Ryan on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Good turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collected, rebounding. And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus, because they think this one is over.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. An opportunity for them to salt this game away after that 4th down stop we just witnessed as they hold a commanding 3-score lead in the 4th quarter. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They go play action with Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Hayden Hurst, originally drafted by these Ravens, a 1st-round pick in 2018. And he was sort of overshadowed by Mark Andrews, who was a 4th-round pick that year. So Baltimore shipped him to Atlanta the offseason in a package that wound up netting the Ravens J.K. Dobbins. On the handoff, it's Gurley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play action. It's Ryan. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
This is out quickly to the right. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Coup for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Falcons 51. Raiders.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff Richter to kick off. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Complete to Henry Ruggs. It's a gain of 7. Brings up third.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Now the fifth-year running back is Jalen Richard. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Gain of 9 yards.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the rookie, his intended target, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the rookie A.J. Terrell. And the return will stop right around the 25. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Those passes intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the gun, it's Carr. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. One final try now for Carr.
And he's got the hook up to Ruggs.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Final score, Falcons.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Falcons, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.